Hello, my name is Melody Russell, and I am giving my second grade leader speech. And here is my ID for verification purposes. My second grade leader speech is on Shirley, Anita, St. Hill, Chisholm. Shirley Chisholm was born in Brooklyn, New York in 1924. Shirley's father, his name was Charles Christopher St. Hill, and he arrived in New York about a year before Shirley was born in 1923. Shirley's mother's name was Ruby Seal. She arrived in New York from Barbados in 1921. Shirley's father worked as an unskilled laborer, and then also he worked as a baker. Shirley's mother worked as a skilled seamstress and as a domestic worker. Early on, Shirley's mother had trouble raising children and working as well. So Shirley had three younger siblings. They were all girls. There was a total of 4 girls in her family. So her mother sent Shirley and her sisters back to Barbados to live with Shirley's grandmother. That was around 1929, and they stayed until about 1934. So Shirley began her education, or began school, in Barbados. And that is why Shirley Chisholm spoke with a West Indies accent throughout her entire life, because of that early on experience in Barbados. Shirley attended Brooklyn College and earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in 1946. She married Conrad O. Chisholm in 1949. He was from Jamaica, and Chisholm earned her master's degree in education from Teachers College at Columbia University in 1952. So she had a very strong background in education. From 1953 till 1964, Shirley worked as an educator, mostly in nurseries and daycares, and that's around the time that she kind of got a yearning, or she started to want to get more into politics right around that time. By 1965, Shirley Chisholm was a Democratic member of the New York State Assembly, and she did that from 1965 to 1968. In 1968, Shirley Chisholm became the first black woman elected to Congress. That was in 1968. She worked on various committees assigned to her. Her preferred committee that she wanted and that she ended up working on was the Education and Labor Committee. By the time she retired, she was the 3rd ranked person within that committee, and that's pretty high, so she did really well. Chisholm actually began exploring candidacy in 1971 for the Democratic candidate to run for the President of the United States, and that was going to be in the 1972 election, or it was in the 1972 election. She ran and she sought the Democratic candidacy for President of the United States. She became the first black majority party candidate to run for President of the United States in 1972, and also the first woman ever to run for the Democratic Party's presidential nomination. After leaving Congress, Shirley Chisholm resumed her career in education, and she was named to the Purrington Chair at the all-women Mount Holyoke College in Massachusetts. She was not a member of any particular department, which I think is somewhat unusual, and she taught classes in a variety of areas. In 1996, she was inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame, and she wrote 2 autobiographies. Shirley Chisholm died in January 1st, 2005. I think that Shirley Chisholm was a great leader because she had so many different obstacles that she had to overcome, being a minority, being a woman, and then also with her accent. So she had a few things that she had to overcome, and she did it, and she did it well. Also, I think that people followed her and she was able to lead people because she worked hard. Her ethics were hard. And then anytime you can overcome an obstacle, be it minority, disability, or any type of obstacle, people tend to think, okay, if this person can overcome that, then they can lead, and that they're strong at whatever they're pursuing. So if she's a politician and she's able to overcome any type of physical disability, or if they're able to overcome any type of disadvantages, then a lot of times people look to you as a great leader. So that's why I picked Shirley Chisholm as my great leader for my second speech. And thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.